Everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm wishing everyone a day full of Christ's grace. In order to keep up with the most recent information, we hope you enjoy this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take a trip with us and watch this film through to the conclusion. The growing indications of change occurring worldwide in recent years have profoundly affected many people. These indications frequently portend a time of impending hardships, a period that will test humanity's physical and spiritual limits. The realization of ancient prophecies, especially those that foretell a time of darkness that will engulf the planet, is at the heart of these developments. These cautions, which have been handed down through the ages, are obviously becoming more and more pertinent in the modern era. In these difficult times, the message of preparation, hope, and direction is essential for all believers. Considering the long-awaited prophecies, there has never been a more urgent need for us to get spiritually ready. It is a period for introspection, action, and most importantly, faith. The main ideas from these predictions will be examined in this essay, along with advice on how to be spiritually prepared for what is coming. These prophecies are primarily meant to serve as a warning. Humanity is being exhorted to get ready for days that will put our spiritual and bodily fortitudes to the test. Many people think that a moment of great darkness is about to begin, when the forces of evil will become more powerful and endanger global peace. These predictions, which have been transmitted via revered individuals like the Virgin Mary, serve as a reminder that everyone will be impacted by this period of hardship. In this sense, the predictions are divine summonses to action as well as warnings. We are being urged to deepen our relationship with God, ask for His protection, and get ready for the difficulties that lie ahead. These messages carry a deep sense of urgency, and those who pay attention to them will be better prepared to face the challenging times that lie ahead. We need to start with spiritual preparation, particularly via prayer and devotion. Prayer is one of the main tenets of the preparation that has been required of us. Prayer is a source of strength as well as a shield. In her many appearances and teachings, the Virgin Mary constantly exhorts the faithful to deepen their prayer practice, particularly via the recitation of the Rosary. As a tool for prayer and meditation, the Rosary helps believers stay connected to God in the face of increasing darkness and fortifies their faith. Believers can also ask for protection from the forces of evil through prayer. Prayer's strength lies not only in its capacity to invoke divine intervention, but also in its ability to maintain the soul and heart in harmony with God's will. People can establish a sacred space where God's protection is sensed, and His serenity can settle in their hearts by praying on a daily basis. We keep our hearts pure and our vigilance intact through prayer. In these uncertain times, this relationship with God is essential. Those who continue to pray and hold fast to their faith will have the fortitude to get through the challenges that lie ahead. It is impossible to overestimate the significance of the Virgin Mary in these prophecies. She is a lighthouse, providing maternal protection and intercession as the mother of all believers. For generations, the faithful have looked to the Virgin Mary as a potent symbol of hope and safety. Her intervention is more important than ever during this difficult moment. Mary exhorts us to put our faith in her wisdom and ask for her protection. We are guaranteed God's protection via her. Her maternal affection and concern provide us the reassurance that we are not alone, even in the most difficult circumstances. Through her direction, we are able to discern God's plan, and she provides us with a means of staying close to Him. It is also strongly advised to call for the assistance of saints like Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is prepared to defend the faithful and has always been a fighter against evil. By asking for their protection, we equip ourselves to confront the upcoming trials with bravery and fortitude, knowing that the angelic forces are ready to battle for God's children. The seriousness of these warnings necessitates both practical and spiritual readiness. The foundation of spiritual preparedness is still prayer, but there are other tangible steps that must be done as well. Taking these steps can help guarantee security and comfort in trying times. For example, protecting our homes is one of the main suggestions. Spiritual teachers frequently advise sealing doors and windows, particularly when spiritual combat is at its height. It is regarded as a means of keeping our homes spiritually strong and shielding our physical areas from outside influences. Prayer and practical preparation go hand in hand because the home becomes a haven of safety, connection to God, and refuge. The lesson also stresses the significance of material preparation by obtaining essential supplies, like food and water, that can keep us going in trying times. But these preparations shouldn't take precedence over the spiritual preparedness we need to develop. Our conviction that we must act in the practical world while depending on God's direction in the spiritual one is reflected in the physical preparations. The Eucharist's importance in bolstering our faith in these trying times is emphasized throughout the text. The spiritual sustenance that keeps us united with Christ comes from the Eucharist. This sacrament gives us the strength to overcome any hardship, and with every communion, we get closer to God. It is impossible to overestimate the significance of leading a life of grace. The soul is purified and made ready to face the challenges that lie ahead via regular participation in the sacraments, such as the Eucharist and confession. These sacraments help believers stay rooted in love and truth by strengthening their relationship with God and giving them the grace to persevere through adversity. As the divine gift that keeps them spiritually afloat, the message exhorts all believers to approach the Eucharist with humility and devotion. We become closer to Christ and gain the fortitude to confront difficult times when we partake of His body and blood. The predictions we are hearing now include both the possibility of spiritual development and the approaching darkness. These prophecies encourage us to examine our hearts, consider our spiritual lives, and make the required adjustments. They act as a warning to believers to turn from their sins and turn back to God before it's too late. Many people will see their faith grow stronger throughout difficult times as they realize that these difficulties are chances to get closer to God. The message challenges us to examine our deeds, turn from our sins, and strengthen our bond with God. We equip ourselves to face the challenges that lie ahead with a heart full of grace, humility, and faith in God's heavenly protection via prayer and introspection. Now is the moment to take action. These prophecies are summons to action rather than merely cautionary tales. According to the passage, believers should not disregard the warnings and signals they are getting, and should instead take proactive measures to get ready for the future trials. We are preparing for the world around us as well as for ourselves. It is essential to spread the word about readiness, faith, and optimism. To meet the challenges that lie ahead, it is imperative that we join as a community of Christians bound together by prayer and faith. The sermon emphasizes the importance of strengthening our relationship with God, developing spiritual fortitude, and assisting others in their spiritual preparation. The sermon highlights God's boundless love and mercy even as it forewarns of darkness and tribulation that are imminent. The passage highlights that God's faithful will be guided by His protection even when faced with hardship. His love will enable us to triumph over any difficulties that may arise because His kindness is greater than any force of evil. The final line of the passage serves as a reminder of God's boundless mercy. Those who stay faithful and put their faith in His love will be able to handle everything, even in the face of gloom. God's kindness gives us the assurance and hope we need to endure even the most trying circumstances. In summary, the message is unmistakable. We need to get ready for the days ahead on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. In addition to protecting our houses and assembling supplies, this preparation includes bolstering our faith, asking for divine protection, and leading a life that is in accordance with God's purpose. For those who continue to be obedient and united in prayer, the intercession of the Virgin Mary is offered as a source of strength, hope, and guidance. We may face the upcoming hardships with bravery and trust if we pay attention to these teachings, knowing that God's mercy will keep us safe and lead us through the storm. Now is the moment to take action. As we face the future together, let us spiritually prepare ourselves, grow closer to God, and ask for His grace and protection. I appreciate you joining me on this adventure. This investigation is significant and powerful because of your participation and presence. May the shared tales of our human experience inspire and uplift you until the next time.